Shalom Aleichem, everybody. Hope all is well. Today we have a very exciting topic to talk about, which, if you've seen the title, has to do with the third temple, with the Mashiach, and what we can do to be involved in this, and how we're a part of it, and how we're gonna experience these godly revelations that are about to unfold. First of all, let's understand that the coming of Mashiach and the third temple go hand in hand. The final redemption, when the Mashiach comes, he will build the third temple, and it will be an everlasting temple. We've had the first and second temple; they were not everlasting. The fact that they aren't here right now shows that they weren't to their full completion. But the third temple will be shleimus, completion, and it will last forever. This will be facilitated by the coming of Mashiach. The Mashiach will come and he will build the temple, and he will finish the job of building the temple. Of course, we spoke about this idea: will the temple be built in heaven or on earth? And the Rebbe explains that it could be a combination of both. It will be a combination of both, and the Mashiach will build the last few pieces, like the doors on the temple. And when you finish the job, it's like you did the entire job. So that's how it will satisfy both opinions from the Gemara. Now, what does it have to do with each and every one of us? Well, to understand this, the Rebbe explains in a famous discourse, a Hasidic discourse, in a mimer, the Rebbe explains that on the verse Basi Legani Achoitzi Kala, that Hashem says he came to the garden, his sister, his bride. Hashem calls the Jewish people his sister and his bride, and that he came to his garden. The Rebbe explains that this means that when we built the temple, God returned to being revealed to the world. When we built the temple, and also at Mount Sinai, that this is the way the world was all along, is that God was revealed. The whole Adam and Eve experienced godly light. However, since the sins of previous generations, God went into a state of hiddenness, but Hashem is always here. There's nothing else besides Hashem. It's just that it appears that Hashem is hidden. But we know that when Mashiach arrives, Hashem will be open and revealed, not like before, but even more than before. And here's how we do it. Here's where we can do it. The Rebbe explains, this is all based off Hasidut and Kabbalah, and it's all dated back. It's all from Moshe Rabbeinu, from Hashem directly, that we are in the lowest of all realms. We're in the lowest world, this physical world. There's heaven, and there's Shemei Shemaim. There's the heavens of the heavens. There's many different realms. And Hashem is infinitely greater than all these realms. Even though some of these realms are infinitely greater than our world, however, Hashem is so great that even the greatest heaven and this earth are infinitely small compared to Hashem, equally small in comparison to Hashem. But what do we understand? Even though this world is the lowest of all the worlds, in the days of Mashiach, the godly light will shine down here in this world, just like above. And not only like above, infinitely more. Besides the worlds, besides all of these levels of light, there's the infinite godly light that surrounds the world, that can't be grasped by any being within the world. That light is going to be revealed and is going to be experienced by us in the days of Mashiach. So what's going on? This is all beautiful ideas, but how do we have to do with this? What's our part in it? What can we take from this? Rebbe explains very clearly that we're in the lowest world. Why? So we can have the ability to overcome evil, to choose good. That all the angels in all the higher realms, they don't have a choice between good and evil. They experience God, they see godly light. They don't have to choose good. They know only good. But in this physical world, we see also the opposite of good. There's evil temptations within this world. But that is so that we can have the opportunity to choose good, to choose to do good. And that is called hiskafia and hishafla. The Rebbe explains, he brings a quote, Kad hiskafia sitr acha istalka kuchabrichu b'chola olmin. One time, a single moment that you overcome your evil desire to do something, and you overcome yourself. Somebody has a desire to speak negative to their parents, to get upset with their parents. Somebody has a desire to eat something unkosher if you're Jewish. Somebody has a desire to do any type of negative activity, and you overcome yourself. You cause Hashem's light to shine forth throughout all of the worlds, not just in this world, but in all the heavens as well. You bring down God's infinite light, not just to this world, to all the worlds. All the worlds enjoy your mitzvah infinitely. And this will be in a revealed state in the days of Mashiach. It says, "Ve'asuli mikdash ve'shachanti b'soicham." Build me a mikdash. Hashem says, build me a temple and I will dwell in them. It doesn't seemingly make sense. Why does it say, build me a temple and I will dwell in them? It should say, build me a temple and I will dwell in it. No, because the Rebbe explains, B'chol echad ve'echad, that Hashem wants a home in each and every one of us. He wants to live inside each and every one of us, within our hearts. Well, of course, He wants to dwell within the temple and shine forth within the temple, but He wants to shine forth within each and every one of us as well. Our bodies are like a temple, physical body with a spiritual spark of God, our soul. And the more we purify our body, the more the light of God comes into our body and soul. The more we experience our soul. Our soul is a part of God. But sometimes if we get too involved in physicality and materialism, we cover up our soul and we make our body our main focus. But if we focus on our soul and we follow the Torah and mitzvahs, we refine our body and we uncover our soul and we experience it. And this is related to the verse, V'ruchol basar ke'echad, v'nigla kavod avai, v'ruchol basar ke'echad, ki'pi Hashem diber. Rebbe brings this verse in the same mimer where he says that in the days of Mashiach, the glory of God will be revealed and all flesh will see that the mouth of God has spoken. Meaning, literally, the Rebbe explains, we will literally see godliness with our eyes. We'll see the godliness within the world with our eyes. The whole reason why the world exists is because God gives life to the world and creates the world at every single moment. The world is in a constant state of being created. It wasn't just created many years ago and that's it. No. God has to revive the world and recreate the world from nothingness into somethingness, completely holding it in existence at every moment. And when Mashiach comes, we're literally going to see the godliness, which vivifies the world, which sustains the world. And this is something unbelievable, that we're literally going to see God. We're going to experience God. Any experience we've experienced before, the best experience of our life, is zero compared to the times of Mashiach and the pleasure we're going to experience then. So try to think of the best moment of your life, the happiest you've ever been. And times that by 1,000,000, 100 billion. It's nothing compared to what we're going to experience in the days of Mashiach. What is true happiness? True happiness is seeing your Maker, seeing Hashem, who is the definition of good, and who loves us infinitely more than we could ever dream of loving ourselves. Imagine seeing Him. There's nothing else. There's nothing else to want. So this is what we have to do. We have to recognize, one, that the days of Mashiach are about to arrive. The Rebbe told us we're the last generation. And two, this is going to also happen with the building of the Beis Hamikdash, which will cause divinity to shine forth throughout the world. And three, our actions are what cause this to happen. Every time we overcome evil, we bring divine light to shine forth throughout the world. And we bring the days of Mashiach infinitely closer. We know that there's constantly a scale going on between good deeds and bad deeds. And one good deed could flip the scale and immediately Mashiach will come and then there's no going back. So when you remember this, you'll see your true power. So we have to take this into our hearts. We have to live with this. And please, guys, I need you to comment on this video. Explode the comment section. We need to reach the whole world with this message. And the only way to do that is if you guys share it with others. If you like, comment, share, subscribe, explode the comments. Get the algorithms going. Get the algorithms to serve Hashem. We are all messengers of the Almighty. And the more you get other people in touch with the Almighty, the more you become in touch with the Almighty. Because when you bring the king's kids back to Him, He has a great reward for those who bring His kids back to Him. Let's bring ourselves back to our Maker, to the Almighty. Let's get ready for the coming of Mashiach. We have to live with this. It's not just an idea that we like to speak about. We're not just speaking about this because it's a nice idea or a nice concept. No, it's a promise. It's a reality. It's happening right now. The Rebbe told us that we're about to be redeemed, that the process has already started. Let's do more to accelerate it, to take it faster, to make it go faster, so we'll be out of the pain and into the redemption immediately. Let's get involved, guys. Let's join forces with each other. Let's get going. Let's reach the farthest points of the world with the light. The darkest corners of the world we have to reach with the brightest light. May Hashem bless you all. May we experience this divinity today in this world, where the greatest revelation of God will take place down here in this world. This is where it's going to happen. May Hashem bless you all. May we experience this today.